What's up, people? Today I am reviewing the Avengers, and I got that coming up for you next. So, Avengers Age of Ultron, and Avengers Infinity War just came out in 4K Ultra HD, and if you haven't noticed, every single Marvel film, I usually separate the movie review from the 4K and Blu-ray review just because of the fact that I feel like you guys deserve a separate movie review when it comes to Marvel, and so that's what I do. Directed by Joss Whedon, and it stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Chris Hemsworth, and Mark Ruffalo, along with a whole lot of other people, including Tom Hiddleston, and we'll be getting into it. Now, I have to say, since the end credit scene from Iron Man, when Nick Fury came out talking about the Avengers, I was hyped for this movie, and I had to wait 4 years for it. So I don't think that there was any other movie that I even remember being as hyped for than Avengers. I mean, I read these comic books as a kid, and it was literally my childhood being put to screen in a way that I felt like, because it was directed by Joss Whedon, it was in good hands. And I was absolutely right. This is one of those rare movies that it's okay to get hyped for because it is absolutely going to deliver on that hype. Now, there are a whole slew of Avengers, but I feel like the core Avengers that they have chosen for this movie play off of each other excellently, and even though it isn't the Avengers that I remember in the comics when I was growing up, hey, it really works for the film universe. And the plot here does get complicated as it goes along, but the premise is pretty damn simple, and it is that Loki and the Chitauri have teamed up, and they are out to get the Tesseract Cube and use it so that the Chitauri can invade Earth, and it is up to Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. to assemble a team to defend Earth. And what Nick Fury does is assemble the Avengers, who are Iron Man, the Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, who he already has on his team, and Thor, just because of the fact that, hey, he can't let his brother just destroy Earth. He has to do something about it. Now, right off the top, this movie gives you every single thing that you could possibly want from this Marvel team-up movie. You want to see these characters team up to go against a baddie that really lives up to the team itself. And Tom Hiddleston is excellent in that. And I was kind of worried about him just because I felt like his motivations were pretty muddy in the first Thor film. But here they largely correct that, and he will be no greater than he is here, and at the same point in time, he will be the gold standard that every other Marvel villain will be measured up against. But at the same point in time, there are always these discussions: who wins, Thor or Iron Man or Captain America? And you get those battles here. Who wins, Thor or Hulk? You get all those battles here, and they are all so satisfying. And this movie just does an excellent job at knowing what you want out of it and getting it out to you. Hey, guess what? You liked Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark in Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2? Well, guess what? Here, he is actually my favorite that Robert Downey Jr. has been as this character. He gets excellent quips. He calls Thor point break. It is just amazing. I was lukewarm on Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow in Iron Man 2, and I just feel like she didn't fully embody that role. But here, they bring so much added personality and a skill set for her, and now I see that Scarlett Johansson is perfect for this character, but it is this movie that solidifies that, not Iron Man 2. And then the recasting from Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo. I've said my piece on Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. I don't feel like he's perfect, even though at the time I thought he would have been. But Mark Ruffalo is really my favorite Bruce Banner and Hulk, just because of the added charisma and the little ticks that Ruffalo brings to this performance. It makes it a lot more well-rounded, and it allows for Banner to not be so overshined by the CGI of the Hulk. And the action of this movie is top-notch, and I feel like it escalates throughout the film. You know, these characters, they are going to take a while to come together. They aren't really going to get along at first, and I feel like that is something that is really well explained in this movie. But as they work together, you get to see them fight together, and when they do, you get to see how well these actors act off of each other, and it is incredible, and how well they fight off of each other in these fighting scenes, and it is just amazing. People, at the time and even today, Avengers is one of my favorite movies. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen it. I watch it almost every year. It is an excellent movie that is just very near and dear to me personally. And for that, I do have to give it a 10 out of 10. When you want to know what I want from a comic book movie, whether it is Marvel or DC, it is more along the lines of this, people. So I do have to review Age of Ultron and Infinity War. I'm going to be getting those to you real damn quick, because I have a lot coming up for you guys after that as well. So I thank all of you for coming and watching my video. You guys are awesome, and I will see all of you next time.